Welcome my friends, Seven Gray here. Thank you for joining me for this video tour today. I'm at Jamie's Van Build out in the Arizona desert, and today I'm getting a tour from Steampunk Steve of his blue bus. I'm going to turn over the rest of this video to him to give the tour, and we'll get a chance to see inside and learn more about his build.
It was a 99 Bluebird TC2000. It was a school bus. They used it as a team bus, so all of the lights had already been taken off, which was one less headache for me. It's got a 5.9 Cummins diesel engine, 24 valve, so it does have a computer buried in here someplace. I haven't been able to find it, but it's been running great for me.
Tell me about your interesting windshield wipers here.
Well, what's nice with this model and a lot of the Bluebirds is I can just open this up, I can get to the motor. There's windshield wiper or washers, the tank's down in here, which is a little easy, they're a little hard to pour into, but I don't have to fill it up too often, but it's nice. I get in here, I can open up both sides. Had a little problem with my directionals the other day, and Badge came over and gave me a hand, and we ran the wires through this. So I've got access all across the front without actually pulling the front apart.
Looks like you have a bit more storage under your bus than most people.
Yeah, there wasn't storage here when I got it. It's a front engine, so they didn't have the big storage compartments in the middle. I added these, got them at Tractor Supply. Reason I got to use a wrench is that the gasket around here leaked a little bit, and so I wanted to tighten it up, so I just had to bend it, and it made it too tight. So but this particular compartment is where I keep my hoses for getting water. I've got extension cords and jumper cables, all the little accessories for water and such. I did tap into my air brake system and add this quick connect, so that now I have the ability to use the bus as a big compressor. I can run air tools, fill up tires, that kind of thing.
Love your sign here. Tell me about that.
Well, if I'm parked at a Walmart parking lot and shopping or spending a night, which I do occasionally, I see vehicles drive all the way across the parking lot and circle the bus, and I actually had people peeking in the window. So I put up the free tour 50-cent sign just to confuse them. But I'll waive the fee for you to come on in and take a look. And the reason this is latched is I have a cat that likes to try to get out and go after dogs.
Tell me about your interesting collection of items on your dash.
There are things I picked up along the way. A couple of the things I've had for many years. A couple of little Buddhas I used to ride around on my dashboard. Above the dash area, I do have a storage for my large collection of hats. When my late wife and I bought a small farm back in 1978, my mother was into doing stained glass, and we were calling the farm Unicorn Farm. And so she made this for a specific window in our house. When we moved out, this window went with us. I've carried it all over. So I've had this for 40 years. And when I built the bus, I had to bring this along. Yeah, this is my my living room area, if you want. Under the couch is all kinds of tool storage, which is why there's some tools scattered around as we're at the van build. So there's some tools I just haven't put away yet because we'll probably be using them this afternoon.
And it looks like you have a fireplace or heater unit over here. What is that?
It's a propane heater. I chose the kind with the flame because I wanted the look of sort of a fireplace. It is a radiant heater, so it doesn't heat the bus up very fast. I actually sort of got lucky is that when I started building the bus, I worked for a hotel as front desk, and a couple months after I started, they shut down for 4 months to renovate. They threw 52 of these bathroom vanities away. I grabbed 2 in case I broke one, so I put it in the bus. Gives me a great big counter. I actually cut 18 inches off to move to the other side of the stove, so we had a little bit more room on both sides. Because bus windows are low, I bumped mine out a little bit so I could put an herb garden in the back here. The oregano is doing great. I can't eat it as fast as it grows, but the other herbs I've tried, it didn't work out, but I'll keep trying.
Tell me about your control system here.
Well, it's Steampunk Steve, I wanted to go a little steampunky, so I did things like these knife switches for the LED lights. Each one's a different color, so my 4-year-old grandson loves this because he goes all mad scientist, flashing the different lights, different colors. The other knife switch here is set up as a selector switch for this amp meter. I have 2 solar panels on the roof, and this is a real quick, easy way for me to make sure I'm getting power from both. I did put in this battery monitor so that right now I'm bringing in, and it's a sort of a cloudy day, I'm bringing in almost 5 amps. My battery is at 89%. And with the system I've got, my batteries will be at 100% by lunch. Well, I've got 2 panels. One's 180 watt, one's 300 watt. I used to have 2 180 watts, but one of them got torn off in a high wind, so I replaced it with a larger panel. They feed down into, back in behind the dinette seat is where all my control panel, or all my solar and electric, everything comes down into this area. And the only thing I have on my bus that's 110 is a battery charger, that if I'm parked in a shady campsite that has electric, I can plug in, still charge my batteries, run things. But I do everything 12 volt.
Tell me about your refrigerator and your pantry.
Well, my refrigerator is just this little 12 volt nomadic, probably the smallest one they make, but it's big enough for me. I'm just one person. I can get 2 weeks worth of meat in there. Fresh vegetables are a little bit of a problem, but for that, I have this pantry, all my spices and some stuff, but down below is all kinds of canned goods, vegetables, the things that, you know, round everything out. I built 2 bunks for my wife and I. She passed away halfway through the build, so hers ended up being a lot of storage. But this is mine. I put in these little LED map lights that are perfect for me reading at night, and I do have the USB port back here so that I can charge my Kindle or whatever.
Tell me about your bathroom setup.
Well, for an RV, I have a huge bathroom, and it goes all the way across the bus. The main reason it's so big is I have a wheelchair lift that's back here in the corner that my late wife was in a wheelchair, so that would have been her way in and out. She needed room to turn to get into the rest of the bus, so made it double duty. This whole slat thing is one big shower pan. I put a galvanized pan underneath, cypress grid so that I can shower. I have a 10 feet of 4-inch PVC pipe on the roof, painted black. I did it in a C shape to save space. But using the valve over here, I can pressurize it using my water pump. And then when I can use this for running the shower head. And I have a sprayer for the nooks and crannies, you know, shooting up that I don't want to waste a lot of water trying to get with those. When I built this, I built the cat pan in here, so she's there's a pan in the chamber. I use peat moss for the cat litter mixed with some silica beads, and she does tend to track the peat moss out, so that's why there's a carpet here. Most of it gets caught on that when she steps out. But I put the composting toilet is next to it. Most people do it with a 5-gallon bucket. I did it with a big Rubbermaid tub, so there's room for a little bit more. I don't have to empty it quite as often. But the fan does suck air in through this and across and up and out, and keeps the smells down, and it works well. I don't know if you can hear it on the recording. There's a fan going that it runs 24 hours a day. It's a marine bilge fan. It's solar powered, and what that does is suck air in through the cat pan, across the composting toilet, and up and out. So no smells from either one. And if I have this window open and the fantastic fan going, it will sometime waft a little bit in.
Thank you, Steve, for the tour of your amazing bus here. Absolutely love what you've done with the inside and all the little touches to personalize it and give it that steampunk look. You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yes, I do. It's Steampunk Steve on YouTube, also on Instagram, Steampunk Steve TV.
Okay, so I'm going to put links down below so you can check that out. Please take a look at his channel and subscribe, and you'll get to see more. I guess you do a lot of bus tours like every week or something.
Every
like that.
Saturday I've got a tour of a different bus. I'm hoping to continue that on for as long as I can find people with Skoolies.
Okay, so please go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in a future tour video.